second immigrant of the evening. And wait, what country are you from? From Australia. Where are the other Australians? Yeah, see, there's always more than one in any comedy club in London. And fantastic. And Belgium back there. What city are you from?
Hustle.
Okay. Yep, that's not where I'm doing gigs next month. Okay. But welcome. Some of you may be wondering what part of Canada this accent's from. I'm from New Orleans. Good, a smart audience, they know their geography. I've been living in the UK for quite a while. And I recently went back to the US to do a bunch of gigs there. And I discovered I've become shit at being an American. I really have. I've been living over here for over 10 years, and I've lived over half my life outside the US. And I've become shit at being an American. Like, I no longer think drinking 3 pints of beer in an evening means I need to go to rehab. I've become deeply suspicious of unnecessary enthusiasm. Which means I fit in well here. Now every time I hear an American say, USA #1! I think, yes, childhood obesity. Stop shouting. I am from New Orleans, and by the way, that is how it's pronounced. That's not. Really, this happens to me about once a week, and it has happened to me for over a decade. Basically, this conversation happens. Where are you from? New Orleans. You mean New Orleans? No. That's not how we say it. There are 3 proper ways to say the name of the city I'm from. One is New Orleans, and that means you went to university. Then there's New Orleans. That means you didn't. And then there is New Orleans. And that means you endowed the university. None of them are New Orleans. But I will confess, after I've been here for about 5 years, I started thinking, you know, it is spelled New Orleans. It's actually quite nice that English people insist on pronouncing place names exactly the way they're spelled. I was thinking that as I was wandering across Leicester Square. Wandered down to the south bank of the Thames River. Took a ferry down to Greenwich. So nice that English people insist on pronouncing place names exactly the way they're spelled. Going to New Orleans is kind of strange because it's a weird little enclave. It is in the deep south of the U.S., south of the Bible Belt. It's true. It's south of the Bible Belt. Like, it's in Cajun country. And, but the Bible Belt's close. Right? It's really fucking close. Like, on a clear day, you can see the shine off the buckle. Right? It's that close. And I was exposed to a huge amount of Bible Belt culture when I was a kid. And I've got no relationship to it whatsoever. Like, my mother's a German Jew. My father's an Irish Catholic. Just means I love to drink, but I feel guilty about spending the money. But I was exposed to a huge amount of it, and I was really glad to get away from it when I left the US. And I was up at the Edinburgh Festival last year, and this guy was walking down the street. He was handing out flyers. Now, that is not strange during the Edinburgh Festival. But he was wearing this t-shirt with the letters on it, WWJD. Oh, fuck. They're following me. Those letters mean, what would Jesus do? Basically means that the wearer of that shirt is an industrial strength God-authorer. And I saw that there was a question mark on the flyers he was handing out. And I love a quiz. So I grabbed one, and it said, do you know why Jesus So I went up to him and I said, Jesus died because he was born over 2,000 years ago. If he was alive today, that would be a miracle. He then told me to do something very unchristian to myself. But it did get me thinking. Like, what would Jesus do if he was around today? And I just kind of have this image in my head of Jesus and one of his current day followers in the American Bible Belt having a conversation. And I think it would go something like this. So why do you worship me? Remember, Jesus was Jewish. So why do you worship me? Well, Jesus, you cured the blind man. Yeah, you have Specsavers. Well, Jesus, you brought the man back from the dead. Yeah, I think you call that CPR. Well, Jesus, you turned the water into wine. Yeah, you can saw a woman in half. But we were pretty good at that, but we couldn't put her back together again. Jesus, that's just a trick. What, you think the wine was real? Look, my friend, you have miracles we hadn't even thought of. You make light without fire. You have ships that fly. Not only that, you have little boxes you carry around with you that enable you to talk to anyone, anytime, anywhere. And not only that, you can make a painting, a moving painting, with sound of your cock, and send it to your friends and loved ones. This is a miracle. And not only that, you can get a map and find out exactly where you are, and you can find out where the nearest sodomite is, so you can stone them. Jesus, that's not what Grindr's for. Well, thank God for that. Why do you think I love my wife and kids? To hang out with 12 men. But I do think I know what Jesus would do if he was around today. I think he'd just be hanging out in the B&Q in the blue section. Just fondling tubes of no more nails. So I am quite glad to not be confronted with Bible bashers all that often. And I love London. I've been here for quite a while, and I love London. It's the most international city in the world. It is. It beats New York on being the most international city in the world. And the UK is arguably the most international country in the world. It's got a higher percentage of people who live abroad than any other country. Yeah. Which is a great thing, which does make it a little strange, Brexit. I mean, it really is. It's fucking weird in a country where the patron saint is from Syria. The national animal is from Africa. The most drunk beer in the country is from Canada. Carling, if you wonder. Most popular mobile phone is from America. Most popular food from India. Most popular political ideas, Germany. About 1936. And London is a great city. It's a city where immigrants from all over the world come to complain about the English. Makes me feel right at home. Have you ever noticed, though, that people who are really, like, my landlord, right, I just found out that he well, not only did he vote for Brexit, but he's an actual Holocaust denier. But do you ever notice that people who most wanted the UK to leave the EU are the people that immigrants would be least likely to want to fuck? Just me? Okay. I had some news out of my life recently. I recently broke up from a long-term relationship. Thanks for the sympathy. Oh, that's... no, it's okay. She was nuts. She was fucking nuts. She really was. And we actually broke up and got back together several times because I'm nuts. We broke up and got back together like 6 times. Like, that's fucking nuts. Like, no matter how good the sex is, that is fucking insane. Like, really. And like, if you're ever in that situation, you break up with somebody, don't get back together with them. All right? It's not going to work out, right? It's like pouring milk into your tea and watching it all curdle up and going, whoa! I better put that milk back in the fridge. It'll be better tomorrow. Really, it's like trying to eat your own vomit. It's just not going to stay down the fourth time, you know? It's actually reminded of her on the way to the gig tonight because there was this guy in the street going, change! Please! Change! Dude, you sound like my ex-girlfriend. He went, give me money! Yeah, that's the one. That's a joke. I do this for a living. She's the one with the money. But she was quite sexually adventurous, and she invited me to go with her to a fetish club. I thought, yeah, sure, let's go. Because I thought I was sexually adventurous. Then I went to a fetish club. Within about 5 minutes of being at this club, I saw this guy, and he had clamps on his nipples. A corn cob up his ass. And he was going, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me like Daddy did. And I saw him, I went, I'm not kinky. I'm definitely not kinky. In fact, what I discovered at that fetish club is that I am so boring in bed, my safe word is stop. But, yeah, since we broke up, I've been rediscovering porn. There's some weird shit in porn. Like, have you ever noticed that normal sex has now become a niche interest? That's fucking weird. Like, the amount of anal sex in porn is fucking freaky. Like, why would I meet a woman I really like, bring her home, seduce her, and then try to persuade her to do something I can technically do with my best mate? It's fucking weird. And the number of women who are totally shaved that's fucking creepy. That is fucking... When I get in bed with a woman, I want evidence of puberty. And there are some moves that, let's face it, do not happen in real life. Alright? Like, just a question to the men in the audience. Put up your hand if you enjoy taking your cock and doing this. Yep, not one. And now a question for the ladies in the audience. Put up your hand if you enjoy a man doing, or anyone doing this to your pussy. Yep, not one. I've been asking a lot of audiences those questions. No woman has ever put up her hand. That's my time. Thank you very much. I'm David.